What is going on? Welcome back to another normal baseball podcast. Albert Pujols hit 700. Judge is one away from tying Roger Maris, and the playoffs are getting closer. Let's get into it. Everybody, I'm Alex. This is Normal Dog Milo, and that's Lewis. And today we got another normal baseball podcast for you. There he goes. Milo is gone.
Just wanted to make a guest appearance.
Baseball. So,
a lot to talk about.
There is quite a bit to talk about. We haven't done this in a while, unfortunately. But we're back, so all is okay. How have you been?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying watching the baseball. A lot to talk about. A lot of fun stuff. A lot of triple crown potentials.
Triple crowns, home runs, playoff implications. I mean, this episode will have it all.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And it already had Milo.
Let me see that ball.
Let him see that ball.
We got this red volleyball that Milo
is absolutely addicted to.
He's a big fan of balls.
Oh, wait.
Come on.
Oh, he forgot about it.
Come on.
It's far out of his range.
Let's see if he gets it. Okay, yeah, no, he's getting it.
Yeah.
All right. So,
love you, Milo.
where should we start here? Should we start with the obvious?
Might as well. Jose Altuve is day to day. Oh.
Albert Pujols, last night, hit 700 career home runs.
What a milestone. Both 699 and 700 in the same day.
One of
four
players to ever hit the mark.
Crazy.
He joins Barry Bonds, Henry Aaron, and Babe Ruth. Hank Aaron. It's also Henry.
Yeah.
Hank, Henry Aaron, and Babe Ruth as the only players that have hit 700 home runs.
Yeah, and now he is also 6 RBIs away from becoming second all-time in RBIs, only trailing behind Babe Ruth as well. Congratulations, Albert. I think that is the last time we will see 700 home runs for at least the next 15 years.
Yeah.
15, 20, I mean, and it could definitely go far beyond that, and that would not surprise me.
Yeah, and you know what? Good for him.
Yeah.
I thought he wasn't going to do it. I just kind of said it for fun.
Yeah, funny enough, I said that he would do it.
Yeah, no. Well, it was a lot easier to say he would do it after he hit like 14 home runs in like 7 games or something like that. 7 home runs in 14 games. That does make it a lot easier to predict. But yeah, no, I'm glad he did it 2-1. But I don't think anyone would have guessed 2 in one game.
Oh no, no one would have guessed that. That absolutely wild to me that someone did that. Not someone predicted that. That 2 in one game was something that actually happened.
Yeah, and it was against the Dodgers, too, his old team, the team that kind of revitalized his career when they traded for him last year.
All-time Dodger legend Albert Pujols went yard off of his former team.
Yeah. I don't know what he's doing over there. Hey.
For anyone wondering, Milo is rummaging through an empty backpack.
Come on. Get it. Come on. Get it. He's angry.
Yeah.
Anyway, good for Albert Pujols. The Cardinals did indeed win that game. He had 5 RBIs in that game. It would have been cool if he hit. Imagine he hit 701 too.
That would be crazy.
The Cardinals won 11-0. Kind of crazy. Pujols 5 RBIs, 2 for 4, 2 runs obviously, a strikeout, but that's fine. He hit the first one off Andrew Heaney.
The Heaney dog.
Which for us is fantastic because we are not too big of fans of Andrew Heaney. Although he's been good. He has been very good, to be fair. Okay. All right. Milo's about to kill everyone. There he comes. He's back.
Welcome back. Okay.
All right. He needs to calm down. Okay. Where else were we?
So Pujols hit his 700th. Aaron Judge hit his 60th home run of this season with, I think, 10 games left to go. All he needs to do is basically hit 1 more to tie Roger Maris for all time in the AL and 2 more to surpass him
in
the AL. The debate, obviously, of is that the real home run record? You know, you can go on, and you can have hundreds of debates about just that. In my opinion, I think that still setting an AL home run record, especially something as untouchable as people thought this would be. Oh, here we go. Milo about to unplug the microphone. There we go. You learned.
Go on.
Is impressive and something that we should not try to start a debate about, because what Aaron Judge is doing might be the best season I've ever seen. Like, on my
Yeah, no, it's been incredible. This is the best season I've ever witnessed, because Miggy Triple Crown, yeah, it's cool. He batted probably a higher batting average than Judge could end up with, but he didn't hit 60 home runs, which in itself is amazing. He has yet to hit 61. It's been like 3 games. He hasn't homered. Everyone's a little disappointed in that, but like you said, regardless, I think it's a record. AL record, that still counts. Bonds, roids, McGuire, roids, Sosa, roids, in those seasons too. So it's not just like talking about the whole career. In that season, they were proven to take steroids. So, you know.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Is it the real record?
Who knows?
But regardless, it's the AL record. No matter what.
No matter
Although
which way you spin.
We say it, but he hasn't gotten it yet.
Right, but there have been. I think there's only been one time in his whole career where he's gone more than 15 games without hitting 2 home runs. So.
Well, he's not gonna not hit. I think he's going to get it, but we should still...
Yeah,
we're talking like he already got it.
Yeah, and we know, by the way, Miguel Cabrera in his 2012 Triple Crown season batted .330, which that's obviously out of reach right now, but impressive. Shout out to Miguel Cabrera. Good job.
Milo, you good over there? He's going ham on a backpack.
Dude will sniff that backpack till the end of time.
Yeah. So yeah, what else do we have?
Let's talk about the playoffs. Because it's right around the corner, and the standings are.
We don't want to. Oh wait, I had one more. I'm gonna hold your thing off.
Yeah, sure.
I have more talk about Judge. So Judge hits his 60th. What? You're gonna hit a 61st.
Eventually. Hopefully.
And then 62nd. If you catch the 61st home run ball, what are you asking for from the Yankees? That is a historic ball. They want that ball. Whether Judge wants it or not, the Yankees are going to want it, or the Hall of Fame is going to want. Someone's going to want that baseball. What are you asking for?
All right, let me tell you exactly what I said, because I, being a Yankees fan, tried to be reasonable and understandable that, like, you know, I'm not going to ask for $100 million and, you know, everything like that. So I came up with 2 different options. My first option would be a Judge ball, like a Judge signed ball, jersey, and bat, and then $1,500 to the team store, $150 in a food voucher, postseason tickets that are in the judges' chambers, because I feel like that would be a fun place to sit. And of course, to hand the ball off to Judge himself and take the photos and everything. Or the other option, a 10-day major league contract with the New York Yankees.
Yeah, they ain't giving you that. I'll tell you that. I like it. I don't really think it's enough. Like $1,500 whatever. What'd you say? Team store? I'd be asking for more. I'd be like, give me $10,000 to the team store.
Yeah. Because $1,500 gets you probably
and then
like
150 food voucher.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Hell?
That chicken that we ate that
I'm
week
not.
was like
I'm saying
$28.
that's too little. Ask for more. I mean,
I was being reasonable. I tried to be
61st
reasonable.
home run. Yeah, but you don't have to be reasonable. They want that ball.
Yeah, I know.
And especially if that's that 62nd home run, I'd be asking for signed everything. I'd be asking for a team signed jersey, a team signed ball. Judge sign this, hand this to Judge. I'd be asking him for a dinner date. I would ask for as much as you possibly can. You got to get as much as you can out of them.
Oh yeah.
Because why not?
For sure.
I mean, as long as Zach Campbell doesn't catch it, we're okay.
Amen, brother.
Zach Campbell did not catch Pujols' 700th.
Woo.
As far as I know.
He did not.
I mean, I was gonna say, I feel like I would have seen it by now.
So, for anybody who hasn't seen the video of Albert Pujols hitting his 700th home run, go watch that video and see how the fans reacted to catching that ball. And then go and watch the video of Aaron Judge's 60th home run and look at the difference. Like, the Dodger fans, no one moved. No one made, like, an active attempt to try to catch the ball who did not deserve to catch it. Whereas, I think people from, like, the standing room ran down into the bleachers to go get that ball. And everyone dogpiled about it. It was just chaos. Just that alternate way of how people went about it is hilarious to me. And I am very, very much on board with the Yankees. Well, with Aaron Judge getting his 61st, 62nd home run in Yankee Stadium, because it just gets chaos. Like, it just gets hectic. I got it. Milo has a volleyball, as we showed earlier. I think he got it stuck somewhere. Alex is taking care of that. One of the things that you guys should be looking out for if you're going to, I think that this is going up on the 24th. So one thing to watch for from now until the end of the season will certainly be Aaron Judge's home run. Also, if you're watching, I think it's on the Yes app. If you have the ability to get to the Yes app, you can win up to $62,000.
For what? Guessing?
I think so.
But then why not just guess every at-bat?
Aaron Judge's home run. Yeah, I know. Well, you can guess every bat, and then I guess it's like a lottery or something. But that's something that I've been doing, and it's rather addicting.
That's how betting works.
Yeah.
Speaking of... No, wait. I want to talk about the Pujols thing that you were talking about and how Judge, like, there was...
Bless you.
And how there was crowds around the Judge ball, and there was a dog pile,
yeah.
And maybe it wasn't the same for Pujols. I mean, Pujols 700 is cool. But, like, I think the fact that it was hit at the home stadium, what wasn't hit at the home stadium, rather, did have some effect on it. Like, if it was Cardinals fans, I feel like they would have been killing each other.
Oh, yeah.
But, Dodger fans, I don't know. I actually don't know why. I'd probably dogpile for that ball. I'd dogpile for the Judge 60, too.
Yeah. I do not... The guy, I think his name was Michael Kessler, who got the 60th home run ball, was the funniest situation because he got it before the dog pile started. Like, the dog pile started after he already walked away with the ball in hand.
Yeah, no, they were just excited. I would probably do the same. I probably would have been in that dog pile.
Yeah.
I can't blame them.
Go check it out. John Boy Media did a breakdown of the fans and, like, the dog piling to get the ball. It was pretty entertaining, so definitely go check that out if you have not, because that I found very, very much funny, broke it down right, and you get to see everything.
Okay. Yeah, what else we got here? We can talk about the playoffs, I guess, now. So, playoffs, obviously, they're coming in hot. We are just a mere couple weeks away, less than a couple weeks, I believe, from the playoffs. Right now, so far, the only teams that have clinched are the Yankees, the Astros, the Mets, the Braves, and the Dodgers. So 5 out of the 12 teams have clinched. But we do have a decent view of who's going to be in the playoffs. But there are a couple exciting races. So far, we'll go division by division. Why don't we do that? We'll do East-East.
All right.
Central-Central, West-West. So
go for it.
And then we'll do wild card. So the Yankees in the AL East, they've seemed to get their footing again. They are 8-2 in their last 10. They've won 5 in a row. Of course, Aaron Judge has been a big part of that. But the whole team has been doing really good, especially with some injuries that they've had. Glaber Torres is back. Glaber Torres has been a big part of that team. And in August, when they were struggling, yes, Judge was doing good, but the big part was that Glaber was doing very bad. But he's picked it up in his last 14 days. He's batting .391 with a 1.201 OPS. He's got 16 ribbies, 4 home runs, 4 doubles. He's been doing very good, and I think that's a big part of why the team's doing good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, between getting back some of the guys that they've been missing, like Rizzo and Giancarlo, and getting Harrison Bader back, having Glaber Torres come back into the form that like everyone in Yankee land knows Glaber Torres can be is massive, especially because of how I think in August he was kind of plagued with the whole thing of like he was in trade rumors and there was rumors going around at deadline day that he was getting moved to Miami, and I think that messes with a player. So I'm happy that he did get through that, and now he's back to being the Glaber Torres that everybody knows.
Yeah, no, I think maybe that did have something to do with him mentally, but he was just in a bad stretch. And like you said, they also got Bader back.
Yeah.
Bader has been not even back. They just got Bader. He didn't play for them before that. He's been very good. A lot better than Hicks. And I think Hicks has accepted the fact that he's not going to be in the lineup anymore. Although Hicks was in the lineup yesterday, and
the Aaron Hicks game.
Yeah, he went 2 for 3 with a walk. Oh no, 2 for 3 with 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a home run. Yeah,
and he also Glaber Torres hit a double, which got stretched into a triple on a throwing error. But Hicks went first to home on a double down the left field line.
He's fighting for a spot.
Yeah, he wants it.
But anyway, the Yankees have been good. They're 92-58 currently. Like we said, won 5 in a row, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then we have the Rays, who are tied with the Blue Jays for second place. They are both 8.5 games back. I think the division is the Yankees at this point. Their magic number is, like, very low. It's going to happen. As far as the Rays and the Blue Jays go, they've been doing decent. Nothing crazy, nothing terrible. They're both 5-5 in their last 10. Bo Bichette has been amazing in the month of August. Literally unstoppable.
Yeah, Bo Bichette, I think he might win Player of the Month in the American League. He started off really hot, and there's no sign of him slowing down. And if the Blue Jays do want to push, and I believe that they are. I mean, if you want to just jump ahead really quick, I think that they're in the wild card. Yeah,
they are.
They're the second wild card team. Bo Bichette heating up along with Vlad finally coming back and looking like a lot more comfortable, and like he just hit I think his 30th home run of the season just a couple days ago. Those two pieces alone, along with Teoscar Hernandez, George Springer, and that pitching staff, should be able to at least get them out of the wild card round, and from there anything's kind of possible.
Yeah, I mean,
as long as they're still hot like how they are.
Yeah, they have the potential. I think a big issue, kind of like, wow, this is unfortunate. They've been playing the Rays a lot recently. I know they played them I feel like every time I look at either the Rays or the Blue Jays, they're always playing each other.
Yeah.
Which is obviously when you're in a close race, especially in the wild card like that, you don't want to be playing the team that you're in the race with every single day. Like last week they had a 4-game set. Oh, last week they had a 5-game set.
Yeah.
This week they have a 4-game set. Yeah. So they've played 9 games in the last
2 weeks.
Two-ish weeks, yeah.
And the best part is that they're both tied right now.
They are tied. Which makes it even more fun. And I think this is what the division, a wild card race is all about. They are currently tied for the first spot. They're both a game and a half up against Seattle, which is a whole nother story that we need to talk about. But we'll
save that for later.
Actually, we'll get to that now because the Orioles are the next team. They are 79-71, which who would have thought?
Not me.
Orioles.
Congratulations.
Good job, Orioles.
Way to go, O's.
But they are 79-71, and they are 3 games back in the wild card. They just shut out the Houston Astros
for the second night in a row.
2 nights in a row. By the way, last night, Dean Kramer threw a complete game shutty, 4 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts against the best team in the American League.
Yeah.
And the Mariners have been struggling recently, like hardcore struggling.
And they just lost J-Rod, too.
They did. They're 3-7 in their last 10. They just lost Julio Rodriguez. He's on the 10-day IL now. It's not looking good for the Mariners. What do we think? Do we think the Orioles?
I want to say that the Orioles sneak in because with how, I shouldn't even say disappointing, with how lackluster the Mariners have gone since the All-Star break, I think that the Mariners, if they get like a full healthy year of everybody, along with depending on what they do this offseason too, like you could be seeing a whole different team that might compete for the division instead of the last wild card spot.
Yeah,
but I think
if
that
they make the changes,
when Seattle gets into the playoffs, because I will say that I think, although I kind of want Baltimore to make it in, I think Seattle will be the last team in, and I think those Mariners, if they win the wild card round, they might be like a serious threat to go to the World Series.
I mean,
they
could be. I think a lot depends on when they get J-Rod back, because now he's on the 10-day, so that's at least till pretty much the end of the season.
Yeah, just about. But I think that, like, the Mariners, they are super streaky. I think they're the streakiest team in the postseason. All the other teams, in the postseason picture, that is, all the other teams have their days where they just cannot hit, and, like, when they can hit and stuff like that, but there's never a streak like how the Mariners go of they could get shut out 4 nights in a row and then hang 21 runs, you know?
Yeah.
It's a weird complex, but I'm hoping that we do see Seattle make moves, and I wish that there was one more wild card spot, which I found myself saying that last year.
Yeah.
I had a wild card spot, and now I wish that there was one more.
Yeah, you just want to see the teams you want to see. I, on the other hand, want to see the Orioles in the playoffs. I think it would be fun. They've been surprisingly good.
Extremely surprising.
Obviously, they're surprising everyone. They're only 3 games back now. They just got rootable. It's America's team. They are the Mariners of this year. Like, last year, the Mariners were America's team. Everyone wanted to see them in the playoffs. You add a wild card spot, they are in the playoffs now, but now everyone wants the next team. Yeah. It's like America's team is based on who's right outside the wild card, who's the underdog. And to be fair, who would have thought the Orioles were 3 games back in the wild card? And also, who would have thought the White Sox would be 6.5 games out of the wild card?
Not me. I think I took them to win the division.
I think we all did. The Guardians in the AL Central have been surprisingly good all season. Not even surprisingly. I think towards the third of the way through the season point, we were like, yeah, this is a good team. It's a really good team.
Excuse me.
Bless you. But yeah, they are 8 games up in the division over the White Sox. The Twins are 11 games back, with their elimination number being 1. So if they lose one more game, they're out. So they have to win out, and someone has to lose out, which is not happening.
Not happening.
So the Twins are out of the picture. They're 3 games. If they lose 3 more games, they're out of the wild card. They are out. I find it really funny because MLB Network, they were advertising a White Sox-Angels matchup today, and they were advertising it as a division race matchup.
Well, wait, no, the Angels are eliminated.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, that's not a division race matchup at all. And if they lose, they would be eliminated from the playoffs, or from the division.
True.
But yeah, the Twins have been bad. I mean, we kind of knew that was coming. They lost Buxton and Jorge Polanco a long time ago. I feel like that maybe had something to do with it. Since then, they've been terrible.
Yeah, Buxton went down with knee surgery, and I did not see anything on Polanco, as a matter of fact.
He's been out for a while.
I did notice that he did not play against the Yankees, but I just thought that it was something else. Like, I didn't really look into it too much.
Yeah, and then as far as the Guardians go, I think we need to talk about them more because they have been phenomenal. Obviously, they have guys like Andres Jimenez, who has arguably been the best second baseman in baseball this year. They have Ahmed Rosario, who's been extremely good. He's played 144 games, so he hasn't really missed much time. He hasn't really missed time at all. He's batting .281 with a 700 OPS. He's got 25 doubles, 11 homers, 67 RBIs. And then you got a guy like J-Ram, who's played pretty much every game this season and is batting .277 with almost a 900 OPS. He's second in the American League in RBIs. He's got 28 homers, 42 doubles. He can steal a base if needed. He's got 18 steals this year. Stephen Kwan has Stephen Barry Bonds Kwan has been amazing, batting .296. RBIs are low, but that's just because he just gets hits.
Yeah.
Miles Straw has been He can have his good games, but And then I mean they've got a good team. There's just a couple guys on there who are like like Austin Hedges is their catcher. He is the definition of a catcher. He is defense. He's batting 172.
Sure.
He's there for defense and for team morale. A couple days ago, there was this video of him talking about Stephen Kwan, and they were like, if you could describe Kwan in one word, what would it be? And he said, Nino. So he was like, my son. And then their pitching, obviously, is very good. Like, very good. Shane Bieber, Tristan McKenzie, Cal Quantrill, Aaron Savali, and then their bullpen, they have Emmanuel Clase as their closer, who has been amazing. They have good pitching. Tristan McKenzie, by the way, phenomenal. He has 180 strikeouts as of right now, which is, who would have thought?
I'm trying to find
Shane Bieber has seemed to get his footing again. Last year he was not great and he was injured a lot. He's back. He started 29 games. He's got a 2.81 ERA and 189 innings pitched. What is he eating? Okay, whatever. He's been good. He's thrown one complete game. Tristan McKenzie is on a completely another level. I want to talk about him. You guys may or may not know, we do love Tristan McKenzie.
We certainly do.
We are big advocates of the Tristan McKenzie fan club. What is...
Is he eating the wire?
No, he's just licking his paw. He just he popped a squat over there. Milo. No, he's there. Anyway, Tristan McKenzie, I want to get his game log up because, oh my goodness. Game logs. Here we go. I feel like he goes 8 innings plus every single time he's out there.
Yeah, it feels like it.
So, his last 3 starts, first one against the Twins, 7 innings pitched, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts. His second one also against the Twins, 7 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, but 8 strikeouts. And his third most recent one, 8 innings pitched against the White Sox, 2 earned runs, 13 strikeouts. He's also had games against the White Sox, he struck out 14. Against the Tigers, he struck out 12. He's been really good.
Yeah.
And then if you look against good teams, I mean, against the Astros on August 7th, 8 innings pitched, no earned runs, 2 hits, 8 strikeouts. Who's some other good teams in here? Against the Blue Jays, 6.2 innings pitched. He got the loss, but he only gave up 2 runs, 3 strikeouts. Against the Yankees, 7 innings pitched, no earned runs, 7 strikeouts. He's been amazing. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, next to almost like one of the more impressive pitchers we've seen, especially that we did not think would be like a bona fide star, and Tristan McKenzie proved everybody wrong and showed that he is a great pitcher in a great league, and I could not be happier for him, and I believe, I'm trying to find it, but I cannot find it anywhere. Tristan McKenzie did hit all of his requirements to earn a Rolex from Marcus Stroman.
I was thinking about that the other day because I remember talking about it. I have it somewhere. I couldn't get it right now, but it was... Oh, you have it.
Yeah. So...
Wait, let's preface this. So Marcus Stroman, before the season started, had a conversation with Tristan McKenzie on Twitter. Oh, okay. You got it. I thought you weren't going to preface it.
Before the season, Tristan McKenzie had a conversation with Marcus Stroman talking about...
On Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter, because it all started because Tristan McKenzie tweeted out that he wanted a Rolex. And Marcus Stroman then replied with, if you go with over 160 innings, with a 3.7 ERA or lower this season, I'll buy you a Rolex.
He did.
Marcus Stroman, you, sir, need to
Wait, say it again?
Over 160 innings.
He's got 180 and a third.
Lower than a 3.7 ERA.
He's at a 3.04 ERA.
So he
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
I thought there was another one. Oh, wow. I mean, unless he blows up, he's getting that Rolex.
Yeah, congratulations, Tristan McKenzie. It's probably going to look amazing. Good for you. That I wish Tristan McKenzie, although he is very active on social media, I wish that he had like a vlog channel.
Me too.
Because that would be, I feel like that would be one of the more interesting vlogs I could ever watch. Is Tristan McKenzie and Marcus Stroman walking to the Rolex store
and
like skipping and holding hands like father and son.
You want to know what's hilarious?
Let's hear it. Did Marcus Stroman not hit either one of those?
Marcus Stroman has 125 and 2/3 innings pitched this season. He was injured, which I guess isn't his fault, but but he does have a 3.8 ERA, so he didn't hit either of his own requirements.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get a Rolex.
Congratulations.
Tristan McKenzie gets a Rolex.
Well, usually Marcus buys it for himself. He was like, you know what, I'll sit this one out. We'll get it for Tristan.
Well, he's going to have to, because that was a bet. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I think he did it. He's been dominant. But yeah. So that's the AL Central in a nutshell. I needed to talk about the Guardians.
No, I can't blame you. The Guardians, of course, there are a few teams that are in the playoffs that have their number, but
they can fight.
Yeah, they can fight.
They can fight with any
There
team.
it is. That's what I was looking to say too. They can fight.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the AL West. There's not much to talk about here.
All teams.
The Astros are they won the division. They clinched the division a while ago. They are at 99 wins, 53 losses. So another 100-win season for the Houston Astros. Good job. They are unstoppable. They are it's every year. They are the team to beat in the American League.
Well, I mean, you don't get to 5 straight ALCS appearances that then come along to 4 World Series appearances without being good.
Well, of course, but I want to talk about some of the guys that have been big in that. I mean, Yordan Alvarez, he's only played 126 games because he was injured for a while, but he's got 37 homers, 94 RBIs. He's batting .301, got a 1.022 OPS. Yordan has been insane. The rest of their team, Alex
Bregman is one of the guys that I think kind of went under the radar. He has only 88 RBIs, 21 homers in 145 games played. His OPS sitting at 830 is much, much better than last season where he was below average in OPS. And defensively, he's looked great. And at the plate, I don't know what Alex Bregman did this offseason besides pay for that woman's rent, which, good job, Alex Bregman. But I don't know what you did this offseason, but having more walks than strikeouts, I think, is one of the more impressive stats. I feel like you don't see that too often, especially with how good the pitchers have gotten and how deceptive they are with their pitches and breaking balls and everything. And Alex Bregman has fought through that, and he has 82 walks to 74 strikeouts.
That's crazy. He's played 145 games, and he's only got 74 strikeouts. Those are, very, very good numbers.
Yeah.
Impressive. And
his OBP is only 37, or 370, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And then obviously you got Jose Altuve. He's gonna be good. He's batting .297. 900 OPS for Jose Altuve. That's insane.
He did get hosed out last
Trey
night.
Mancini has been pretty good for them. He hasn't been great overall, but he's been pretty good for them. Christian Vasquez has been a catcher. Same thing with Martin Maldonado.
They've played the catcher position.
Yeah. Jeremy Pena, the rookie, took over shortstop for Correa. Under 27 games, he's batting .247 with just under 700 OPS. Not bad for a rookie. So that's all good.
Yeah, and you can't ignore
we need to
Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker too. Kyle Tucker, Chas McCormick, both of them have been parts of that team. Kyle Tucker obviously a little more, but their team's just good.
Yes.
And then you got guys we need to talk about their pitching because their pitchers, no one has a 4 ERA. Framber Valdez, Justin Verlander, who I'm fairly confident Justin Verlander is going to win the Cy Young.
So am I.
It's kind of bound to happen at this point. He's been beyond good. He has a 1.82 ERA, 163 innings pitched. He was injured for a little bit, but even then, 167 strikeouts. we had doubts coming into the season about how good he was going to be. He's Justin Verlander.
So
that's what he proved. He said,
I'm
fuck
Kate
you.
Upton's husband.
Yeah, he said, fuck you. I'm Kate Upton's husband. I'm Kate Upton's husband, and I'm Ben Verlander's father. I'm going to strike you out, and I'm going to win the AL Cy Young.
Fair enough. So now, the question...
I wasn't done.
They did get Lance McCullers back, too,
Okay.
who has been like a very key starter for them in the past and everything. And now that puts them at having 6 starters that you can trust in the postseason. Which one of those 6 starters do you want to kick?
7 starters.
No, I don't count Jake Odorizzi.
Jake Odorizzi's a starter.
I don't count him.
Okay, that's fine. Which what?
Which one of the 6 starters do you kick to the bullpen for the playoffs?
Luis Garcia, probably.
Luis Garcia, really?
He could throw like 100 miles an hour, like for no reason.
I was thinking I would have went with Christian Javier.
Well, that's also because he has been in the bullpen this year.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So maybe
he can
Javier.
Do both.
I don't know. I would. Yeah. You know what? I agree. I forgot that he was in the bullpen. Yeah. Obviously, yeah. You have to go with Javier. How could you go with the guy who started every single game this season and just kick him to the bullpen?
He started every game?
No, you don't. But Javier has been in the bullpen this season, so obviously put him back. Lance McCullers has been good too.
Yeah.
Lance McCullers is unstoppable.
Breaking news. Spencer Strider has been placed on the 15-day IL with a left oblique strain.
No. That's terrible for the Braves.
Yikes.
Which
Oh my god, not having Spencer Strider to face the Mets next weekend?
should we talk about that now?
I mean, that's the next division, yeah.
Let's get to the NL East. The Mets and the Braves have both clinched the playoffs, but the Braves are 2.5 games back in the division. It's still anyone's race, although the Mets do have a far easier schedule than the Braves. They do play each other next weekend. Everyone's excited for that, but now we know that the Braves have lost their probably going to win Rookie of the Year pitcher, Spencer Strider. That's terrible.
That's terrible. I mean, the Braves have been sliding as of recently. They are on a 3-game losing streak, and they just got blown out by the Phillies last night.
I don't even know if sliding is the right word, because they were really good before the Philly series. They've just lost to the Phillies.
Yeah, but
they've literally just lost to the Phillies.
But that's
before that they were amazing.
But that like you need to win. You need to win every game. I mean, they also lost a game. They lost half a game by losing
a whole
and
game.
then they lost a whole game for like not being able to close the door on the Phillies. It's just I get that the Phillies like they call them the fighting Phils, but like the Braves. This is when you have to play your hardest baseball.
Yeah, they're looking for the playoffs though. I mean, the Braves are in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
it's okay. They're gonna have Spencer Strider back by the playoffs. It does. I guess I agree that it does matter about playing that first series, the wild card round. That is annoying having to play that if you are this close in the division all year. But the Mets are just such a good team, man.
They are.
The Mets are so good.
They're a power. They are a powerhouse from what you would not expect. I mean, having Eduardo Escobar be as good as he is crazy. Lindor, I mean, happy that he's breaking out. Still think Cleveland won the trade. Starling Marte, he is injured right now, but he's been a huge contribution. And then, of course, the other athletic guys being Mark Canha and Chris Bassett have certainly done their part in pushing the Mets into the second seed of the National League.
Yeah, I agree. One guy who you didn't mention was Jeff McNeil.
Yeah, the flying squirrel.
McNeil is batting .317 with an .814 OPS. I mean, he's been a big part of that team. Then you got guys like Luis Guillorme coming off the bench who have just been sneakily good for no reason.
Fan favorite Luis Guillorme, too.
Fans
I never realized how much people loved him.
No, fan favorite Danny Burgers.
Oh, go back, baby. The juggernaut.
Fucking Burgers. Dana Vogelbach has been very good, actually.
I hope that he gets fully healthy because, I mean, you can tell when he's playing still that his quad is still bothering him. But
on the Mets, on the Mets this year, he's played 48 games, which, oh my God, it's been a while. That's crazy. He's played 48 games already.
Yeah.
Batting .252 with an .830 OPS. That's a big step up from where he was on the Pirates earlier this year.
Certainly is.
He's got 9 doubles in 48 games with the Mets. He had 10 doubles in 75 games with the Pirates. Danny Burgers. Danny fucking Burgers. He's been amazing. I think it's so funny.
Yeah, and just to point out, as of right this moment, like when we're recording this, there are 3 NL East teams that are in the playoffs. It is the Mets in the 2 spot, the Braves in the 4, and the Phillies in the 5. And no matter who wins the NL East, I think we're going to see a rivalry start to build between whoever wins the NL East and whoever wins the wild card round between the Cardinals and the Padres. Because, I mean, Mets and Cardinals we know have beef. We also know that the Braves and Cardinals have some disputes there. And the Padres were pretty snippy to the Mets when they were out in San Diego.
Yeah, although the Padres have been bad recently. The Mets also have Terence Gore.
The Manny Machados.
The Mets also have Terence Gore now. That
is true. The best pinch runner on the planet.
The professional base stealer.
Yeah.
Terence Gore. In case you don't know.
2-time World Series champion.
In case you don't know, Terence Gore, yes, he is a 2-time World Series champion. In his career, he has more stolen bases. He has 43 steals in his career, and he only has 15 hits.
Nice.
Because he's just here to steal bases. He was on the Braves.
Yes, he was on the Braves last year.
Yeah, he was on the Braves last year, but
only their playoff roster.
Only for the playoffs, which is why it's not on his baseball reference. So, professional base stealer. That's a good asset. I love that move.
Massive asset.
Someone was going to pick him up, and the Yankees, being the Mets is crazy.
The Yankees do the same thing with Tim LeCastro, although Tim LeCastro is a better hitter. I don't know why we don't just start him every once in a while, but the Yankees do the same thing. Late in games, Timmy Lowe is on first or second base, and he will go on the first pitch.
Yeah, I think Terence Gore is a little more known for that.
Yeah, so. Terence Gore is
He's only 31.
Only.
He's going to be flipping teams forever.
Yeah.
I love it.
He might end up like a 10-time World Series champion.
I love it. But yeah, like you were talking about, this wild card race is fun. And
I love having the extra team.
Me too. It's been fun so far. Like right now, if there was no extra team, it would be the in the AL would be the Rays and the Blue Jays, with the Mariners looking in from the outside with 1.5 games, and then the Blue Jays, the Orioles would be 4.5 games back, which seems a little less doable, especially with the way the Toronto and Tampa has been playing recently.
Yeah.
And Seattle has not been great recently, so I love it. And then as far as the NL goes, we were just talking about it. I mean, the Phillies half game up on the Padres, but then the Brewers, who I'll voice my thought about the Brewers in a minute. The Brewers 2 games back from the Padres, who have been bad.
Yeah, and the Giants technically still have a chance.
Yeah, the Giants aren't going to make it.
The Giants are not going to make it, but they still have a chance.
Marlins are out. Yeah, Nationals. Yeah, they're dead. The only fun thing about the Nationals is Luke Voit.
True. So Alex and I literally, I think I've mentioned this before. Anytime Luke Voit hits a home run, within the next minute, Alex and I are going back and forth in text talking about Luke Voit and him hitting a home run, and it is my absolute favorite.
I mean, I love Luke Voit.
Love Luke Voit.
It's my favorite
2020 home run leader.
2020 home run king, Luke Voit. I just love Luke Voit.
Yeah.
Like, Luke Voit, if you're watching this, I love you.
Yes. Luke, I would love to don a signed jersey from you.
I agree. Let's move to the NL Central.
NL Central.
The Cardinals are up top with 89 wins.
Oops.
The highest amount of wins they can get is 99, unfortunately, because they have 63 losses. Anyway, but they're 7.5 games up on the Brewers. It looks like their division, their magic number to clinch the division is 4. It's their division. It's theirs to lose. I think they're going to get it.
Yeah,
and I said this before the season. I said the Brewers are not a playoff team. And they are 2 games out.
Well, with some help from their GM, you're right.
I don't think they're a playoff team.
Like they're D Wade and LeBron throwing alley oops. You and the Brewers GM making sure that they're not a playoff team.
I really don't think they're a playoff team. Even before the Hader trade, I really didn't think they were a playoff team. I mean, I just don't like their team. Like, no offense to Brewers fans or the Brewers organization, I just don't think they're a playoff team.
No offense, but here's some offense.
Yeah, the Cardinals have kind of killed them. They're dead in the water. The Cardinals have been somewhat unstoppable. The Pujols obviously has been the talk of the town, but don't let that shy away from the fact that they've been unstoppable.
And they have an MVP. And they have Nolan Arenado. And they have Lars Nootbaar.
Lars Nootbaar is probably the most important one there.
And Jack Flaherty just came back.
Jack Flaherty came back, but he was bad for the last for his first 2 starts. He wasn't great.
Yeah,
yesterday he was very good.
Yeah.
And they still have Jordan Montgomery, who 2.35 ERA on the season now. He's insane.
Yeah, Jordan the Ace Montgomery. And their bullpen very underrated. Having Ryan Helsley. By the way,
he's one of the best closers in baseball.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
5.
By the way, he is one of the best closers.
Top
in baseball.
3, dare I say? Class A, Helsley, Diaz.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the AL Central might be full of shit teams, but at least they have good bullpen.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, like you said, Yachty has been decent.
Yeah, Waino's
been decent.
I mean, we did not have a podcast from when they became the all-time leader in starts for a battery, so congratulations.
324.
325.
5, yeah. 325.
Attaboy.
Yeah, no, Tommy Edman's been very good. Paul Goldschmidt's been good. Like you said, it's just full of guys who just get it done on a daily basis.
And to think they're doing all of it without any real shortstop player. Yes, they have someone playing shortstop, but everyone expected them to sign Trevor Story.
Their guy playing shortstop is batting 154.
Yeah, so, everyone expected them in the offseason to make big moves to try to get a shortstop.
Brendan Donovan has been very good. The rookie. He's played 116 games. He's batting 280.
Yeah, he had his first career grand slam a couple nights ago.
He did. The day after I took him off my fantasy team. It's fine. I'm winning both leagues anyway.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So yeah, no, the Cardinals have been unstoppable, and then when you look at the Brewers,
I mean, they are dead in the water in my opinion.
I don't know, because the Padres have been very bad. The Padres have been very, 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 very,
the Manny Machados.
Very, 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 very bad.
All right.
They've been very bad.
The Manny Machados, yeah, they've been okay.
No, they have not. They've not been okay.
mean, Juan Soto is a big problem. Nice voice, right?
Wow.
Juan Soto is a big problem.
He needs to heat up.
He has been just so lackluster and
the Brewers team is just the Brewers are the definition of mid.
Yeah.
I don't know if people still use that term.
No, they are the Brewers.
But the Brewers are the definition of mid.
Brewers and the White Sox, which honestly, if the White Sox finish 81-81 this year, would be the least surprising thing I think you could ever imagine.
Yeah. O'Neal Cruz. Anyway.
Yeah, true.
O'Neal Cruz. Anyway.
Future Detroit Tiger. I'll make that. You know what? Someone mark that down. I'd be willing to bet that he's a Detroit Tiger at some point in his career.
I'm not willing to bet that. No. Let's move on to the West. There's not much to talk about here. The Dodgers run baseball. They have clinched the division. 104 wins, 47 losses. They are 21 games up on the second place San Diego Padres. They're unstoppable. Joey Gallo is the heart and soul of that team. No, but in all seriousness, that team is crazy.
And they're getting production out of guys that you never would have expected. I mean, Trace Thompson
has been a very fun surprise.
Craig Kimbrell, although he lost his closer job.
Yeah, he's not the closer, which he deserves to not be the closer.
Agreed. He took it as not an insult, but he took it as a challenge, and I'm happy that he said, yeah, I'll make it a competition. Sure, I want to earn the spot. I don't want it to just be because of my name or because of what I've done in the past. It's about what I'm going to do in the future.
This team is so good.
He went about it the right way.
This team is so good.
Really? How good? Tell me all about them.
So, first of all, if you look at their lineup, Their catcher is batting 262, Will Smith.
One of the best catchers in baseball, baby.
25 doubles, 22 homers, 83 RBIs. Freddie Freeman has been Freddie Freeman. He's batting 328 now. He is not single-handedly, but he is a very big factor in the fact that Paul Goldschmidt's not going to win the Triple Crown. He is batting 328. His OPS is 921. He's got 45 doubles, 20 homers, 94 RBIs. Gavin Lux has been very good, batting 290, 42 RBIs, 19 doubles. Trey Turner has been Trey Turner. He's batting 300 on the nose.
My MVP pick.
Max Muncy has been pretty good. His batting average is low, but he hits for power.
Justin Turner has
Chris Taylor's been good. Cody Bellinger has been not great, but
Cody Bellinger's been 2022 Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, he hasn't been good, but I feel like he's had moments.
He improved from last year.
He's had moments.
Everyone expects him to be what did he bat in his MVP?
Like 320s.
Yeah, with like 40 homers, but
what happened to that guy?
Shoulder.
Still, it just doesn't make sense. Anyway, Mookie Betts been amazing too. Justin Turner, like you said, has been good. But yeah, like you said, the random kind of guys. I mean, Trace Thompson has been good. Hanser Alberto has been pretty good actually, considering. Joey Gallo, since he came, has been Joey Gallo.
Well, he kind of
he's been better than
he's batting 180 on the Dodgers.
Better than Yankees Joey Gallo. Better than Yankees Joey Gallo.
I wouldn't go that far just yet.
I would. My favorite saga with the 2022 Dodgers is the Hanser Alberto Joey Gallo relationship that you see on Hanser Alberto's Instagram story. A lot
more rare things. I would not have expected it.
Yeah, I like it though. It's fun.
Me too.
And then when you look at I was looking at their pitching when I said, wow, this team is so good. I mean,
tell me all about the pitching stuff.
Tyler Anderson.
Oh my God.
2.52 ERA.
Whoa.
Julio Urias.
Oh.
2.25 ERA.
I hate that guy.
Clayton Kershaw.
No.
2.39 ERA.
Ooh, not bad.
Tony Gonsolin, who will be back for the playoffs.
Yes, he will.
He's injured right now. 2.10 ERA.
Ooh.
And then Andrew Heaney.
The Heen dog.
3.06 ERA. So he's been good. And then, like we said, their bullpen's been amazing as well. Like, the whole team is just... Like, how does this team exist? How is this team, like, a thing?
So I think...
They are so good.
Each one of their players, like, they wake up and breathe air, and they, like, consume oxygen. They're, like, the living embodiment of, like, eat, sleep, and piss baseball.
Yeah, no, they're so good. Not to mention they have Dustin May back now.
Who looks so good, dude. I'm so happy.
Hanser Alberto only has a 3.6 ERA. Like, that's how good they are. When they're winning by a lot, they'll bring in a position player.
That's a 3 ERA.
Like, whatever. It's just crazy. I just love this team.
Oh my God.
As much as, like, I don't want them to... I'm not saying I don't want them to win the World Series, but, like, it'd be too obvious.
So I think...
It'd be too, like, yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that we're seeing right now the Dodgers and Astros on a crash course to rematch. I'm hoping that the Yankees, Mets, Cardinals, Braves, like I'm hoping that someone plays spoiler to that, because although that series would be fun, I don't think there's as much entertainment value in that, because both of the teams don't have a weak spot, or both of the teams don't have a place where you can be like, oh, like this is like a super important at bat, because every at bat is obviously going to feel like that. But like if it were Yankees Dodgers, Aaron Judge coming up to bat sounds a lot more exciting than, like, you know, Kyle Tucker coming up to bat.
No, I agree. I just... If we get a Dodgers-Astros World Series, it's going to be tough to watch.
It's going to be tough to watch.
It's going to be very, very good, exciting baseball, but it's going to be tough to watch knowing either the Astros or the Dodgers are going to win the World Series. It's like, yeah, that's cookie cutter. That's so cookie cutter. And I must say... I'm the opposite of cookie cutter. I just want, like... I want, like, the Orioles to make the World Series.
Give me Padres and, like, Toronto. That's the World Series.
Give me Orioles, Phillies.
I'm in.
Imagine.
That would be so boring.
Imagine.
Dude. That would be so boring.
Like, I just want randomness. I just
Give
want
me Baltimore in 6.
I want absolute chaos. I cannot wait for the playoffs. I cannot wait. Can we just start the playoffs today?
No,
like, who cares about the Brewers? Let's just take Seattle out of the playoffs, put Baltimore in, and then start the playoffs.
And then start. Well, we'll give them their consolation prize. Congratulations, you guys re-signed
We'll give them
J-Rod.
$2 million.
Yeah.
Speaking of re-sign J-Rod, let's get into our last kind of big topic here. J-Rod.
Well, let's hold on. Before we go into this, Alex and I have started using the AMP app, which if you don't have it, you should. What are you doing?
Keep going. I'll tell you after.
Alex and I have started using the AMP app, which if you are listening to this right now and would like to be someone who speaks to us, talks to us about baseball opinions, or just wants to listen to Alex and I talk baseball and shoot the shit, we go onto the AMP app. We also are thinking about going other places, but right now we're using AMP, and it's fun, and it's a great way for us to talk baseball without having to sit in front of the camera while we are not in front of this setup. But on a talk that Alex and I had for about an hour, I would say, we talked.
Oh, more than that.
No, just about this topic.
Oh, yes.
We talked about the Julio Rodriguez contract and how much of a fucking mindfuck it is. Because the Mariners are taking a gigantic gamble on someone who, sure, right now is the face of your franchise as a rookie, but also in a year or 2 years, that contract can look really, really bad. Of course, there's still, both sides have plenty of opt-outs. Are you pulling up the full contract details?
Yeah, I can't really. For some reason, Twitter on the computer, you can't search direct tweets. You know what I mean?
You just need to type in the command for it.
Yeah, but you can't
It's just.
Let's see. All right. Anyway, so yeah, why don't we just? All right, I got it. Just so keep going.
So we spoke about it, and it's one of those weird contracts that it makes a lot of sense that the Mariners want to lock up this guy who, in his first season, 500 ABs, 140 hits, which tallies out to a 280 batting average, who has a 2020 season. If he were not injured, I would say that he could go for a 30-30, but that looks like it's kind of dead in the water. But still, 27 home runs with 73 RBIs and 25 stolen bases is amazing for a rookie who's going to win Rookie of the Year. I think that's not even a question anymore. All-star, runner-up in the Home Run Derby. Just everything about J-Rod is it looks really good. And congratulations to him for having a great season. But the contract that he signed is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, we've been through this. I mean, on this podcast, but if you want to just reiterate, I can reiterate. I have it pulled up now.
Yeah, so go ahead and explain the contract, and then we'll break it down a little bit of what we were talking about, what we want to talk about.
So, the Julio Rodriguez deal is worth $200 million at the minimum, and if it maxes out, it will be the biggest contract in baseball and even American sports. Maybe not American sports, but baseball history at $470 million. So the base is 8 years, $120 million, includes this 2022 season, and goes through 2029. This is directly from Jeff Passan. I just want to say that because I'm just going to read it off Jeff Passan's
Father Passan.
I'm going to read it off Father Daddy Passan's tweet. So after 2028, the Mariners must decide whether to pick up a club option. The size and length depends on Rodriguez's performance in MVP voting. The option is for 8 or 10 years on top of the original deal, depending on how Rodriguez fares in MVP voting, wins and finishes. It can range anywhere from $200 to $350 million. So, if they give $350 million, that's where the $470 comes from. And that's pretty much it. That's if they don't pick up the option after year 7, Rodriguez has a player option for year 8 for 5 years, $90 million. So the 13 years, $210 million, that would be. Or he could turn it down and hit free agency before he turns 30.
Yeah, shout out to whoever Julio's agency is, because that is one hell of a contract to negotiate.
It's crazy. I mean, so like we were saying, I mean, this contract is out of, it's whack. And it leads...
It's away from the norm.
Yeah, it led me to the question of will we start seeing more contracts that are like this, incentive based? And yes, I get that he's making probably $210 million floor.
Bare minimum, yeah.
Bare minimum, or 120 even, if he doesn't pick up the option or whatever happens.
Or the team doesn't pick up the
option. Yeah, whatever
yeah.
happens. Will we see more incentive-based contracts?
To which I said I think we will.
Like, humongous extents.
Yeah, and I think that the two players that now you should really pay attention to with contract negotiations is Adley Rutschman and Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt Jr. is the fastest player in baseball, statistically. He put together a very quiet 2020 season on an otherwise lackluster Royals team. And Adley Rutschman has been a key piece at the catcher position for the Orioles in what could be a playoff push this year, and if not this year, I sure hope it's next year. Because, those are two guys who can change the landscape of free agency if they continue to go on this trajectory that they're on. And will we see, the Orioles, we know that they were willing to spend money this offseason. They did offer Correa 10 years, $350 million, which understandably he turned down. However, they still offered that to him. They're willing to spend the money. But will we see Adley Rutschman get a 14-year, $400 million contract, but after 3 years there's an opt-out for the team, and then after 4 years there's a player option, and then 5th year, you don't decide how much money there is until you figure out his WAR or his MVP voting or how many plate appearances or certain stats. And the same thing with Bobby Witt Jr. I really want to see these teams make those decisions, especially with J-Rod until 2029 when he hits that until his age 29 season, right? Because he's going to hit free agency if he declines before age 30. They're saving money on him. 7 years, $120 million is not that much for a player of what J-Rod's caliber.
That's close to the Acuna Steele deal.
Yeah, it's $20 million.
Acuna has no incentives.
Yeah, Acuna got screwed.
Yeah.
But this is a great blueprint for teams to kind of do what the Braves did, but on a bigger scale, where the Braves signed these players to really small contracts when they were young, like what they did with Michael Harris, to help benefit them and pay their guys who they want to pay, like Austin Riley, Dansby Swanson this offseason, hopefully Matt Olson. They're paying the guys who they want to keep, but then the guys who they want to also keep, who came up in their organization, they're going cheap with them and having them sign these deals so that way they can benefit from having more cap space, which hats off to them. In Atlanta, that's a great move. But I think that this contract will be what we see from teams going forward, especially teams that are like the Royals, the Orioles, which are not big market, which don't have unlimited money.
Yeah. I agree with most of that. I think I would love to see, say the Braves again, Michael Harris, or Adley. Let's say Adley. Rather than doing MVP voting or whatever, they're like, okay, yeah, we'll give you, how old is Adley?
24, 25.
I want to see how old he is first before I say anything.
He is 24.
So, let's say they say we'll give you 15 years. 14 years. 14 years, which brings him to 38.
Yeah.
So he'd be really old at that point. We'll give you 14 years, but the base is 6 years, $80 million. So very low.
Very low.
And then they say, however, every time you have a year where your WAR is over 5.5, you get another $6 million or $5 million, and then for that year.
Yeah.
And then every time you have higher than this batting at 250 batting average. This is just basing it off this year. If they were to do this year, every year you have more than 90 RBIs. Every year you have more than 25 home runs. Every time you have more than however many doubles. He has 32 doubles. That's crazy. But yeah, I just want to see fun incentive-based contracts, because that's stuff that will make them play harder.
Yeah, that creates more competition.
Yeah, I love it. I want to see just you want money, you want to get paid, you better play like it. Imagine if the Pujols contract had that. You have to get over a 900 OPS to make X million amount of dollars, and Do you think Pujols would have played a lot better on
We're
the
talking
Angels?
about the contract on the Angels, yeah.
He would have played so much better on the Angels.
He would have played so much better. Like, oh my God, dude. I think, but this contract is framework, and I think that this offseason, we're going to see rookies sign these deals that are so weird, but they make sense because they can earn a lot of money. We're going to see these J-Rod-esque stuff, and I think one big thing that I want to touch on with Adley, because he is a catcher. He is the on-field leader, being the catcher, obviously. Like, he controls what pitches come in, where everyone positions themselves. I would love, just like, this would be my favorite thing ever, if there was just like a $1 million incentive built into the contract that he signs. Hey, throw out 65% of the guys who try to steal on you, get an extra $1 million. That would be so much fun, because we would see Adley Rutschman in the gym pumping iron for like 6 hours a day, throwing 104 miles an hour down to second base. And I feel like that would be the most exciting and fun thing to watch. Because that's an incentive that's purely based on what he does. It doesn't matter about what anybody on his team does. It doesn't matter about anything else besides him throwing a strike to second or third base.
Yeah.
That sounds like so much fun.
I love it.
And I mean, Bobby Witt, you can go on and on about how good he is too.
I just want to see more guys getting locked up.
Yeah, I want to see,
as much as I
not powerhouses.
As much as I don't, because like I love when players are like
free agency.
Yeah, I love free agency. Who doesn't love free agency?
Free agency is fun. I mean, it's not fun when you're a Yankee fan and Aaron Judge is going to hit free agency, but
yeah, that's a conversation for after the season. I can't even talk about that right now, but yeah, no, it depends. It depends on the player, but like Adley, when they do lock him up, because they would be idiots not to. Yeah. They're going to build the team around him. And I think that's what they need to do.
And they can build a great team around him if he signs this J-Rod-esque deal.
I know.
That frees up a lot more money for the owners and the GM and the president to go spend money on getting guys who you would think would be impossible.
Right.
Do you want me to knock your two front teeth down your throat?
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, certainly am. I mean, and also Adley, you can't even begin to describe his defense. He is
Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols' home runs by age: 336 home runs in his 20s, 5th most in history. 290 home runs in his 30s, 14th most in history. 44 home runs in his 40s, which is 8th most in history.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Albert. Yeah, but I mean, I think I want to look back, like at some point this offseason, and look at players who signed big deals that had zero incentive, and they were just hand them the cash, and try to figure out like what their incentives would be for a J-Rod type contract. Like, imagine when A-Rod signed with the Yankees. If it was like base $180 million, and then it was like, hey, here's $40 million in incentives, go earn it.
That'd be fun.
And older generations would really love it, because we hear it all the time from people who are more of the past generation. We hear it of, they don't play hard when they get their contract. Oh, they don't care. They made their money at the end of the day. Like, that's all that matters to them, because they're guys, like, they're humans, which makes sense. Like, I would love to have job security, especially with that amount of money. But putting in these incentives guarantees you, yeah, sure, they could be happy with the $100 million, but if that $100 million can turn into $470 million, I'm busting my ass on the field every day. And that's exciting.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I think hopefully we will see more of that, which I think is a good shift.
Hey,
I like it.
For the Orioles and Royals, can you guys do us a favor? Because I know that their GMs are probably watching this right now, thinking what to do with their stars.
Of course.
Talk to J-Rod's agent. Talk to the Mariners. Figure out how they structured that deal, and get your star agents on the phone. Because I would love some incentive-only contracts. Or, well, not only, but incentive-based contracts.
Yeah. All right. Well, you want to get into the final part of this episode.
Sure.
Kind of housekeeping stuff. So, Homer draft. Last week I picked Paul Goldschmidt and Adley Rutschman. Or not last week. Fucking like
3
a
weeks
month
ago.
ago.
Yeah, a month ago
I
almost.
picked Adley Rutschman and Paul Goldschmidt, and not great.
Okay, tell me all about it.
I was at 46 points combined. I am now at 54 points. So not great.
Okay.
What about you? You
So,
picked McCutchen and.
I took Andrew McCutchen and Glaber Torres.
Oh, you bet a lot.
Andrew McCutchen hit 2 2-run home runs and a solo home run, giving me 5 from just Andrew McCutchen. Glaber Torres, who I took at the end of August, and it is now basically the end of September, hit 2 2-run home runs and 2 3-run home runs. And funny enough, 2 of those home runs came on the same day. So I went from 72 total points to 86 total points.
That brings the Homer draft to 54 to 86.
Fair game so far. There's still a window of opportunity.
Is there?
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 3 players this week.
All right, can I go first?
Yeah.
I'll pick Aaron Judge.
History does not count.
No, I can't. I can't pick Judge. Can we? Neither of us can pick Judge. Neither of us can pick a home run leader. Judge and Schwarber are off limits.
Fuck, I wanted Schwarber.
All right, I'll go first. I'll still go first.
Yeah, go for it.
And I get 3 players.
Yeah, I'll give you 3 players.
All right. So
But
I'll take.
no, we're gonna flip a coin for your last player. So take 1 AL, 1 NL, and then I'm flipping a coin for AL or NL for the last pick.
Okay, I'm gonna take Shohei Ohtani for my AL. Who do you want?
Okay. In the AL,
We're just going back and forth.
oh, dude, you know who I was thinking about? But like,
You don't have to do AL.
yeah, no, I want to do AL first. I want to stay on track with you.
Then go for it. Go. You don't want to steal my NL, then. No. It's not a smart move.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go to the NL.
Okay.
Because now you got me freaked out. Give me Ronald Acuna Jr.
Okay. I'm not sure I like that pick.
I do.
All right, so I have to go NL now. Let's see. I will pick. Call me crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, okay, wait, hold on. Oh my god. I'm gonna pick. What? Pull. Go. It won't. I am going to pick. Which one am I gonna pick here? I'm gonna pick. What? Who am I looking for here? Am I stupid? Yes.
Probably.
I'm fine. I'll pick Luke Voigt.
I was hoping that we would forget about him.
I was debating, and then I was like, nah, I'll just pick Voigt.
All right. And for my AL, I'm going to go with Bo Bichette. Let's make it fun.
All right. So I have Ohtani and Voigt, you have Acuna and Bichette, but I get one more. So heads is AL, tails is NL.
Okay, wait. Okay, so you're calling it right now. Heads is AL.
Tails is NL.
Okay. Flip a coin.
It's heads.
What was that, AL?
AL.
So I'll pick Jose. I was gonna say Jose Ramirez, but I think I've picked him decent. I want to pick someone that we haven't picked yet, like at all. So I'm gonna pick. Tim LaCastro. I'm not picking Tim LaCastro.
Take the shot.
I'm gonna pick.
You know, there is one guy who we have not picked, I think, all season that I'm blown away that we haven't.
All right, after I pick, we could say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick.
I know I haven't picked this guy at least.
I don't know who to pick. I'll pick Marcus Semien.
Marcus Semien, okay. Well, the race is getting closer.
So who's the guy that you said we haven't picked?
Devers. I have not taken him all year. I know that.
I believe I've taken
You
him.
have? Okay. Because I know that I haven't taken him.
You actually have. You took him in the first Homer draft.
I did.
First ever Homer draft, yeah.
Oh, and he went yard off Cole. Shit.
And he was on our podium one week.
True.
Anyway, so Okay. So I have Ohtani, Voit, Semien. You have Acuna and Bichette. I have a homework question.
Let's hear it.
Wait.
What was
From
last
last time.
week's?
This is last week's.
Do you want to go hit the button?
Yeah. All right. Homework question.
Make sure you do your homework.
All right. The homework from last time was, if you can bring back one player, one all-time player to any team, who would it be and why? For one season.
All right. Do you want to go first?
Yes.
Or should I go first? Okay.
I'll go first. So, I would like to. You go first.
Okay.
I would like you to go first.
So my answer is pretty basic, but I still think that the impact that this player would have would help this team complete the ultimate goal of winning back-to-back championships. And I'm going to go with Hank Aaron on the Braves. Because that lineup, although they have a lot of guys who can hit for contact and power, imagine, oh my God, thank God we made it past their first four. Oh, thank God we only walked Austin Riley. Oh, shit. It's Hank Aaron in the box.
Yeah. I get that. I'm going to go with...
Did you not think about this?
No, I didn't. I'm going to go with...
Oh, boy.
I'll do an obvious one. I'll do the most obvious one I could possibly do. The New York Yankees. I would like to bring back Jeter to play shortstop instead of Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. That's it. Do you have a homework question? Do you have a suggestion here?
Yeah, sure.
Let's hear it. This is the homework for this week.
All right.
I need it in 5 seconds. 4.
If the American
3.
League and National League All-Star teams played in like a World Series type game, who is the winner, how many games, and who wins the MVP?
You're saying AL versus NL 7-game series, who wins?
Yeah. Who, and then how many games and who wins the MVP?
Okay.
7-game, but I'm talking like not like All-Star game atmosphere. I'm talking like
I
Game
got you.
7 World Series
got you.
atmosphere.
I
And
got
don't
you.
forget to answer below too in like comments and everything, because we would love to hear what you guys also think.
Of course. And that'll do it. What an episode. Milo. We will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe or follow the podcast wherever you're watching. Whatever. We'll see you guys next time. Milo.